Hey guys, Travis Doom here, and welcome to my reaction to the Hulk vs. Doomsday death battle. Which, honestly, I really should have seen Doomsday coming considering Hulk was the one they announced in advance. With all that said, yeah, I just skipped past the little ad for their game at the beginning. Does look like a good game though. And let's get this started.
Pure, unadulterated rage. Usually, in a stressful situation, you'd want to avoid this sort of emotion in order to keep yourself focused.
Yep.
Unless you're a giant rampaging pile of muscles, like these two.
Dr. Bruce Banner, the Incredible Hulk.
And Doomsday, the monster who killed Superman. He's Wiz and I'm
Wait, what?
Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out
Alright.
who would win a death battle. Within each of us, oft-times, there dwells a mighty and raging fury. And this suits no one better than the mild-mannered scientist, Bruce Banner.
'Cause when Bruce gets angry, oh boy, you wouldn't like him when he's angry.
Yep, there's the
Dr.
line.
Robert Bruce Banner may have
Alright.
grown up with few friends, but what he lacked in popularity, he made up tenfold with his intellect. However, in spite of his gifts, it was never enough to earn the respect and love of his father.
Ah, one of those
Partly because
cases.
Bruce was so smart that his alcoholic dad literally thought he was a monster and expressed that to Bruce pretty thoroughly. God damn!
Wow.
How much distance do you think you got there, Wiz?
9, 10 feet?
Man, with an arm like that, he
Jeez.
could really go places. Like the nut house after he murdered his wife right in front of Bruce. Aw.
Understandably
Nah.
traumatized, Bruce
Yeah,
hoped by
that-
creating an imaginary friend to talk
Yikes.
to.
You know, I had an imaginary friend once.
You did? What was his name?
Dad.
Oh. Well, Bruce's
Well then.
friend served as an emotional outlet all the way through his college graduation. However, his advice to Bruce was oftentimes destructive.
So when the U.S. military recruited Bruce to
You know, I
be
never did get
president,
much into
it was
Hulk's
actually
backstory.
kinda fitting.
Bruce was tasked with
Oh,
developing
jeez.
a gamma bomb, which would use gamma radiation to target enemy weapons and buildings without
Yep,
endangering
here's the
lives.
bit
At
we
least
know.
That's what Bruce was told.
Surprise, surprise! Gamma radiation is actually pretty fucking harmful. And
Yeah.
when it came time to test the bomb and some dumb kid decided to play his harmonica right in the test zone, Bruce asked his assistant to stop the countdown and dashed off to save him. But turns out his
hell would
assistant
do
was a Russian
that?
spy who set off the bomb anyway.
On that strange day, Bruce's imaginary friend became a real-life terror as he transformed into the Incredible Hulk.
And now we get into the powers. I feel so sorry for those tank drivers.
Really?
Yes, apparently. Ever since, whenever he's angry, Bruce's body and mind morphs into that of the Hulk's, granting him unmeasurable power.
While he loses Bruce's brain power, the Hulk is ridiculously strong. He
Yep.
can leap great distances, survive the harshest environments, and most importantly, smash the crap out of everything with his bare fists.
He also knows a technique known as the thunderclap, which creates a shockwave
Which
that
is
can
really fun to
deafen
use in
blows,
Marvel
level
vs.
forests,
Capcom.
and pushback explosions.
As if he needed anything more than that, the Hulk has a healing factor that gives Wolverines a run for his money.
Oh yeah.
Healing. You should be dead.
He's super strong and super hard to kill. What's not
Have
to
fun
like?
with that.
Well, there's one little detail that kind of ruins the whole experience. Bruce can't really control the Hulk. In fact, the Hulk is his own being, and they both hate each other, vying for dominance over Bruce's body. And yet, Bruce and the Hulk are often reminded how much they depend on each other for survival.
Bruce figured if he was stuck with his big green Goliath forever, he might as well try using it for good.
Yep.
Eventually joining the Avengers, Defenders, the Fantastic Four, and even the Illuminati.
Wait, what?
Hulk has held up a 150 billion ton
Oh,
mountain.
can we back up
escaped
there?
Earth's
What?
gravitational pull with a single jump.
And one time when a planet's tectonic plates started splitting apart, threatening
What?
to shatter the whole world, he just jumped right in there and pulled the planet back together.
The estimated
Dude,
average mass of a single
that's-
lithospheric plate
yikes.
is nearly 45 quintillion tons.
Double
and the Hulk
yikes.
pulled 2 of these together with nothing but his bare hands.
And he's not just strong and tough, he's more than twice as fast
That
as
first
a
one
fighter
is,
jet, which puts
huh.
him over Mach 5 speeds.
Wait,
at
half
least,
his-
and he can always go
Dang.
faster if he's pissed off enough.
This is because the Savage Hulk's strength is directly related to his anger. The angrier he gets, the more powerful he becomes. In theory, this means his maximum level of
Yeah.
strength is potentially infinite. And when he taps into that immeasurable rage to the fullest, he truly lives up to his name of World Breaker.
Bigger, stronger,
Jeez.
and oozing with gamma radiation, the World Breaker Hulk is so powerful, with a single
Yuck.
stomp he created earthquakes felt hundreds of miles away. In his battle with Sentry, basically Marvel Superman, they
Wow.
almost destroyed New York. And when battling
New York
another
does not get a break in
superhero,
comics, does
a
it?
single collision between them obliterated an entire planet.
Even
Jesus.
the mutant Darwin's power, which specifically adapts to counter any enemy, decided that the best
makes sense,
defense against the
Darwinist
Hulk was to
evolution.
be somewhere else.
Holy hell! Who could even stand up to this madness?
Not many, obviously. Typically,
I love
Bruce
that
does
moment.
his best to contain and limit the Hulk's power. In fact, World Breaker Hulk is a result of Bruce relinquishing that control entirely. In terms of combat, usually only cosmic beings like Silver Surfer or Zeus have the might to challenge the Hulk.
Oh yeah, like that one time Zeus hit him so hard it burned out his healing factor.
Wait,
Even
what?
gods sometimes have to learn the hard way. You do not mess with the Incredible Hulk.
I am a god, you dull creature, and I will not be bullied by that.
I love that scene so much.
Puny god.
What
And
if
now for
all you
DC,
had
the
ever
one
known
I'm
was
less
hatred and
knowledgeable
aggression,
of.
Violence and pain. This life is reality for
YouTube comments, Doomsday, yeah, the Doomsday guy.
Thousands of years ago, on an uninhabitable
Okay, then.
prehistoric planet which would one day be known as Krypton, a scientist named Bertrand intended to
Look
engineer
at Bilby
the
level
ultimate life
cactus.
form.
Oh my god.
Yep, it's another one of those stories, but with one hell of a twist.
See,
I didn't
at
catch
this
that.
time, Krypton was a harsh wasteland filled with
Oh,
nothing but sharp
right.
rocks, poisonous air, and violent predators.
Bertrand believed that if he could create something that could live through that, they could survive just about anywhere.
To realize this theory, Bertrand acquired an infant from somewhere, and through a rapidly
Oh.
accelerated evolution process, attempted to transform him into his dream creation.
Oh, don't try to dance around it, Wiz. Bertrand
And
put that little sucker into a baby cannon, blasted him into the wild to get murdered by any number of things, sucked up what was left of him with a vacuum cleaner, and just cloned a new one out of the mess to do it all over again.
ethics? What's that?
Yeah, the idea being each new clone would be stronger than the one before, thus covering millions of years of evolution in just a few decades.
That doesn't sound like science.
No, it doesn't. So after 30 straight years of baby murder, one of the clones finally survived the test. Amazed by his own success, Bertrand named this baby the Ultimate.
The ultimate baby.
But to the rest of the universe, he was their Doomsday.
Roll credits.
See, Wiz, reloading as it is, patenting my baby cannon was a good idea.
Did not expect
Successful as
that
Bertrand's
callback.
experiment it was anything but a good idea. Turns out, while Doomsday usually appears to be a mindless beast, he remembered every single time Bertrand had him killed.
Oh, that
As a
must not
result,
make him
Doomsday
happy.
had been unintentionally programmed at a genetic level to hate everything that lives.
Bummer. Needless to say, Bertrand was pretty screwed.
Because
Yeah.
even with 30 years of development, Bertrand had never quite figured out what to do if his experiment actually worked. Because Bertrand is the worst.
I mean, he did do what he set out to do. He made an 8'10" monster that doesn't need to eat, breathe, or have internal organs to live. It just kills
Jeez.
and kills and kills some more.
Doomsday possesses
Bertrand,
enormous
you
strength,
don't have to up.
incredible durability, and poisonous spikes which can extend. But due to Bertrand's experiments, Doomsday's
That
greatest
la-
power of all
Oh
is his
god.
ability to adapt
Hulk's
to
gonna have his work cut out for him. Just
After taking his sweet revenge, Doomsday stowed away on a supply ship and
can
ravaged
gain
dozens of
immunities.
planets until he finally found himself on Earth.
On that day, Doomsday did the unthinkable. On that day, Doomsday killed Superman.
Crap.
Well, kind of. He actually put him into a super sleep. After several days, he kind of woke up more powerful.
Yeah, we all know Wiz. And
Comics.
these Stoops took Doomsday down with him. Or maybe not. Turns out, whenever Doomsday dies, he just comes back to life, forever immune to whatever killed him in the first place.
Can't beat me the same way twice.
He's been punched
Which
to death
is
by
not
Superman,
good.
blasted apart by the Radiant's energy, brutally ripped in half, incinerated by Imperiex, and just curb stomped by a Kryptonian horde.
How do you
Practically
regenerate from that
invulnerable
crap?
At this point, Doomsday's taken on Darkseid, tanking his Omega beams and beating him to near death. He single-handedly defeated most of the Justice League
Jesus.
and took on an energy attack that wiped out a fifth of a planet.
He's punched through the
I
Phantom
see
Zone,
why they
battled
pitted
super
these two
beings called
together.
Gogs for a century, and
Okay,
even
killed.
broken Wonder Woman's arms. Arms strong enough to help pull the Earth.
And during his rematch with the Man of Steel, after witnessing Doomsday survive an explosion equivalent to 1 million nukes,
What
Superman
the
realized that the
fuck?
only way to stop him was to send him to the end of time.
What was I showing you,
His
Bruce?
most powerful Doomsday's mere presence can boil the ocean and disintegrate buildings. A casual stroll across Africa made wildebeest an endangered species just by walking around.
What?
But what he's got in strength, he really lacks in brains.
Not that he's dumb, he just literally lacks a brain. More often than not, Doomsday is little more than a one-track mind-killing machine. This makes his intentions predictable, and a clever opponent could use this to, say, lead him into a trap.
Yeah,
and
true.
should that foe come up with a new way to hurt Doomsday, he could be killed.
Still, that's gonna be pretty goddamn hard to do.
Yeah. Oof. Poor Clark. Alright, time to see Hulk get destroyed. I honestly don't know how else they could
But
go.
first, Wiz won't stop talking about this thing, so he wants to tell you about it.
Okay.
As a man of science, I analyze everything from
I'm
the color I drive to the
just
razor
gonna
that shaves my
skip-
face.
I'm just gonna skip this ad. I'll be right back. And we're back. See, they went to the Ruby Season 1 character model lesson for extras. Actually, that's more like Sharp FE now that I think about it. God, see, they got the Wilhelm scream out of the way now. Pretty simple way to get the conflict going.
Hulk smash ugly vehicles.
Alright, let's get this rocking. Alright. Figures it's basically straight up fist fight with these two. Ow. Well, granted, it's Hulk, so that didn't really hurt him much, but ow. Okay, what music is this? Because this sounds like something on Metal Gear Rising. I'm not the only one thinking this, right? Ooh. Holy crap. Alright. Throwing the cars, that tends to be the norm. No, seriously, I swear this music's from Metal Gear Rising somewhere. Did he just? Okay. That is not what I expected him to do with the police car. Alright.
Hulk hate you.
Yeah, no duh.
Hulk hates spiky beard.
Thunderclap. Alright. How long does that shockwave last? That long! Yeah, that didn't kill Hulk. I know that for a fact. Huh.
Break buildings good, but Hulk, break world!
World Breaker Hulk, let's go. Oh, jeez. Hulk might actually win now that I think about it. Kind of based on the whole World Breaker thing since I haven't ever seen that firsthand. Ow. Ooh. Ooh. Never mind. I take it back. Ow. Just... ow. Decapitation!
Oh, that was beautiful!
With the Hulk's immeasurable power and Doomsday's impossible immortality, this truly felt like a fight between an unstoppable force and an immovable object.
Hulk may have had the advantage in raw strength, at least at his full potential, but Doomsday could certainly hold his ground. His victories against the likes of Superman and Darkseid prove he can take
Yeah.
on someone strong enough to break planets.
And by experience, Doomsday had the speed advantage. He regularly fights foes with light speed capabilities, while that kind of speed is an extreme rarity in the Marvel Universe.
Yeah,
In fact,
that's a good
the
edge.
foe that fast who Hulk's ever seemed to keep pace with in a one-on-one match was Sentry, and that was when he was at his most powerful stage, World Breaker Hulk.
So overall, Hulk had strength and Doomsday had speed, but neither completely outclassed the other. At first glance, this one looked like it could go either way.
Which means the devil's in the very tiny details.
So why couldn't the Hulk's infinite strength just keep rising and eventually overwhelm Doomsday?
Well, even assuming
Yeah.
Hulk's strength was infinite, his healing factor was not. Don't get me wrong, it can only be overtaxed by hits from absurdly powerful beings such as Zeus or
Which
Sentry.
Doomsday
who
is.
Doomsday certainly compares.
Naturally, Doomsday's crazy strength
Yeah.
and speed started wearing that healing factor down.
Here's where it gets a bit tricky. The Hulk may look like a giant green monster, but he's still technically human, and his power
Yeah.
directly correlates with his anger. A human being's anger stems from an increase in hormones and adrenaline in the body. However, the brain can only produce these chemicals at such a rate for a limited time, eventually giving up and turning apathetic. Therefore, Hulk's limitless power could never have existed without his healing factor. It's the key. It allowed his body to continue producing hormones and adrenaline far beyond the norm, theoretically an
Dang.
endless supply, thus increasing his superhuman power to an immeasurable degree. So, Doomsday
Yeah.
overtaxing his healing factor meant the Hulk could no longer maintain his increasing rage and Hulk form.
And if you're still skeptical, that's why there's a bunch of times in comics when a huge impact forced the Hulk to turn back into Bruce Banner, including
Yeah,
that
yeah,
battle between
that'll do it.
Worldbreaker Hulk and Sentry. With his healing power beaten down, he literally couldn't keep himself angry enough to stay in Hulk mode.
I love science, but there's still one more thing. Thanks to his battles with Superman and other Kryptonians, Doomsday has evolved to a point where it's basically impossible to kill him with brute force alone.
So Hulk
Yeah,
couldn't
that'll
kill
do
him
it.
by just getting angry enough to punch harder than Doomsday ever felt.
Precisely. Here's the proof. Superman and Doomsday eventually had a rematch, in which Superman was much more powerful than their first battle. As we discussed before, Superman's power is also potentially limitless by way of continually absorbing solar energy, and at this point in his story, he'd begun to discover that.
But try as he might, despite his increased power, Supes couldn't kill Doomsday with blunt force a second time.
Ultimately, Doomsday's immunity to being ripped, impaled, incinerated, blasted with energy, and being beaten by blunt force
Yeah,
from both focused and multiple sources means Hulk just didn't have the options available to take Doomsday out before his healing factor was overtaxed.
On this
Which
day,
is not good.
Hulk met his doom. Doomsday.
The winner.
Yeah, we get
is
it. Alright. So, yeah, that's about how I expected that to go, honestly.
Time on Death Battle.
Let's see. Yee!
Hey guys, I'm Ben, I play Wiz, this is Chatty Plays Boomstick, and next up we've got Zora.
So, if you can tell from that little reaction, oh boy. Yeah, for the like 5 of you who don't know from my social media or anything like that, One Piece is my favorite anime, so I am really looking forward to seeing Zoro in Death Battle. So, yeah. With all that said, so much hype for the next one, just already, and this has been the Triforce of Doom. Peace out.